Today I'm going to share with you my favorite beauty products from 2016. So they're not necessarily products that launched in 2016. I think a few of them are, or like a good maybe half. For the most part, they're products that I started using in 2016, and these are the ones that shook me. I tried to narrow it down. It's really difficult because there was so much that I absolutely loved. There were so many great products from 2016, but I wanted to really narrow it down, and I still have a lot of stuff to go over. So I'm gonna start off with skincare. The first thing I want to talk about are the TonyMoly sheet masks. They're called the I'm Real by TonyMoly, I guess. I've talked about these a couple times on my Instagram story, maybe Snapchat, I can't remember, but I have fallen absolutely in love with these. And I get them on Amazon for so cheap. I think my friend was telling me that I think she said Urban Outfitters is where she was getting them, and she was spending $10, I think $10 for 4, and I buy them on Amazon for, you can get a pack of 10 for $7 or $8 or something like that. So they're really, really affordable, and they're absolutely amazing. You can get like a variety pack, so you can get like a bunch of different kinds, or I literally just got, I think it comes with 10 of like the same kind. This is the rice mask, and this is the avocado mask. So it's like just hydration. I don't have any allergic reaction to them at all. Like not even a little bit. I get no redness, nothing. So if you're sensitive and you're looking for a sheet mask, amazing. I've actually been using like 2 a day. I've seen amazing results. I love them so much. I want to use one like every single day. And they're so affordable, so you can. Next is the Daily Microfoliant by Dermalogica. I talked about this in my recent sensitive skincare video. This is absolutely amazing. I love it so much. I've only been using it for like 2 months now. And I mean, you know, I talked about this in my skincare video, but it's very, very fine. So it's not going to irritate your skin. It feels really, really nice. It's a great daily quiet. I don't use it every single day, but you absolutely can. The actual exfoliant itself is very, very fine. So it's not going to be very rough on your face. I have fallen absolutely in love with the Clairasonic Mia. I think I got this in one of my packages from the NYX Face Awards. It's very, very gentle. I was using a different cleansing brush a while ago, and it was much more rough on the skin. I liked that at the time, but this is very, very gentle, and you can use it every day. It's not going to irritate your skin. And it's also just like so easy for travel because it's so tiny, you know, and it just fits in your palm. Next up is the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. This is amazing. I remember seeing, I think, Chloe Morello or Lauren Curtis talking about this a long time ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I think, and I wanted it so bad, and I couldn't find it in any stores in the US. I don't know if, I guess it went to Australia first, I don't know. It has no oil, no alcohol, no fragrance, so it's great for sensitive skin. It's not heavy like a makeup removing oil, but it does remove your makeup so easily. I also talked about this in my sensitive skin care video. This is a Loving Tan Deluxe Bronzing Mousse in Dark. This is the best tanning mousse ever. I've used a few different products, and this is the best, like hands down. That's why everybody talks about it. It's perfect. It's lightweight, the color is absolutely beautiful, and it's impossible to make it look streaky. Like you could just slap it on and it's not going to look streaky. It's amazing. I love this stuff so much. Next I want to talk about this color corrector, or it's the Amazing Concealer Corrector by Amazing Cosmetics. I can't remember if I started using this in 2016 or 2015, honestly. Cannot remember. It's a dual-ended concealer. There's the green color corrector on this end and then the concealer on this end. What I love about their concealers is that they're so full coverage, like nothing's getting through that. So anytime I have like a blemish or a breakout, since I am so fair, when I do get a blemish, the redness just stands out so much. So I've been using the green side to combat the redness of any blemishes, and because it is so full coverage, it's gone. Like it's gone. I think I use this pretty much anytime I have a blemish and I do my makeup. I'm not like big on color correctors, but this one, I don't think I could live without it. I have 3 concealers to talk about. So first is the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer. This is in the color, this is in the shade number 1. This is extremely full coverage. I love using this to cover any blemishes. I don't want to say that I rarely use this under my eyes, because I do sometimes, because I have very, very dark circles. I've said this before, and it is very full coverage, but when you use it under your eyes, you have to be very careful. Like a little bit goes a very long way. A step down from that in terms of coverage is the KatVonD Lock-It Concealer. This is amazing. I love the doe foot, especially for underneath the eyes. It's very flexible and it applies the product really nicely. The formula is definitely full coverage. I would just say that it's a little bit drying. So if you have extremely dry skin, I wouldn't recommend it. When my under eye is like a little bit too dry, this kind of looks a little bit creepy on me. So it might be best for maybe like covering up blemishes and not underneath the eyes. I don't know, but I do like this. It's, I would say it's like a step down from the Anastasia concealer in terms of coverage, but it's very full coverage. I mean, all the Lock-It formulations are extremely full coverage. Next up is the Gallany Cosmetics Second Skin Concealer. This is very lightweight. This isn't going to be something that you would use to cover up blemishes, but it's great for underneath the eyes or like highlighting the face, or even if you want to contour with some of the darker colors. A friend of mine does that and it looks beautiful. So it blends out really, really nicely. Okay, I have two different foundations to talk about. First up is the KatVondD Lock-It foundation. Similar to the concealer, it has great coverage and I love this color. This is light neutral. I love using this when my tan is like very faded, like maybe I have a tiny bit of it left. This is really beautiful. I love it a lot. You can't mix it with other foundations though. Like I tend to mix foundations. This one you have to wear by itself. It just doesn't get along with other foundations really. And typically I use the Revlon Color Stay. I would say that that's what I use the majority of the time. And when I try to mix this one with it, it just doesn't, they don't like each other. As a normal to oily person, it gives me a fairly matte finish. So just keep that in mind. But I think it's great, I love it. Next up is the City Color Photo Chic foundation. This is in the color Soft Beige. This is actually lighter than the shade Light. I have them both. This is another thing that I like to use when I'm very fair. This is a very beautiful natural foundation. It offers really nice coverage that looks like your skin. It doesn't look heavy at all. I've been using this when I want more of a natural look, and it kind of, you know what it reminds me of is, I talked about the Murad, what's it called? Hydrodynamic Moisturizer. When I talked about that in my skincare video, like it's a drink of water for your skin, and that's what this feels like as a foundation. It's very hydrating and lightweight. So it's not that there's like no oil, it's not heavy, and it's not going to make your face look cakey or like you're wearing a ton of makeup. And they have from light to dark, like they have a major range. So, and it's City Color, so you know it's affordable. I'm talking kind of fast because I'm trying not to make this like a 45-minute video. So next up are setting powders. The first one I'm gonna talk about is the KatVondD Lock-It setting powder. This is so stunning. Like I was using the Laura Mercier one because everybody raved about it, and it gave my skin such a gray cast. This doesn't do that because if you compare them, like if you open it up and you compare, it has a much warmer, and you're not gonna be able to tell on camera, but the overall cast of it is much warmer. It's going to be more complementary on the majority of skin tones. It doesn't offer any coverage, and there's a tiny, tiny bit of pearl in it. So it's extremely luminous. I use this when I want my skin to look like skin. It's really lightweight, it's beautiful. It's KatVondD, so it's great. This is amazing for baking. Like if you want an intense bake. Next is the Gallany Cosmetics Second Skin Powder Foundation. This is in number 10. This offers like a tiny bit more coverage. So when I want to be a little more matte and I want my skin to have like a really flawless finish, I use this. So I've used other powder foundations where it just ends up looking like, oh, cakey. I would say that the powder formula of this is very similar to the Marc Jacobs Air Blush, if you've used those. It's very lightweight, it's luminous, and it just melts into your skin. I have a coupon code for all Gallany Cosmetics. It is Vanity A. I'll put it somewhere here, but it gets you 20% off site-wide, anything. So some people were telling me that it wasn't working, but then some other people have said that they've used it and it has worked. So I don't know. If it doesn't work, let me know and I'll talk to them. But all right, so next up is my favorite contour powder of all time. It's pricey, but it's amazing. And this is the Kevyn medium sculpting powder. It's tiny, which is really depressing. I think it's like $44, but it's so good, you guys. It's so good. I've had such a problem with contour colors because I've said this a million times. I'm very fair and I'm olive. And the majority of contour powders will either look too gray, too purple, too red, too orange. And I need like a little bit more green in there because I'm olive. This is the closest thing that I've found. It's the only shade like this that I need. It's amazing. I love it so much. I definitely recommend this. I've used this shade of blush so many times, but it's the Marc Jacobs Air Blush. This is Lines and Last Night. This is a new one actually, because my old one was just like, I used it so much, it was really gross looking. So this is a fresh one, but it's this beautiful peachy shade. It's very, very lightweight. It's luminous. There's absolutely no glitter. It just creates this really beautiful luminous glow. It's kind of like you're applying a stain or a cream blush, but it's powder. All right, and speaking of blush, the Intense Blush Palettes by City Color. These are so good, you guys. City Color just knows their powder. They nailed it. They nailed their powder. Oh, this is collection 1. So they have more of the pink shades in here, which are beautiful. I mostly use this one. I've been using that one a little bit. The pigmentation on these is unreal. They're so stunning. Okay, and this is collection 2. These are more of the peachy warm tones. These are stunning. I think this one I probably use the most. I love these two. Oh, stabbed it. They're lightweight and luminous, but very pigmented. It's not chalky. There's nothing chalky about it. You don't have to dip your brush into it a million times. You really get a lot of payoff. You just have to dip your brush in a couple times, tap it off, and you just get a beautiful wash of color. It's perfection. Next up, I want to talk about the Shade and Light palettes from KatVonD, both the face, the contour palette, and the eye palette. So you can see I've hit pan on the Shade and Light contour palette. I love to use the middle shade to bronze. This is an amazing contour shade. This is what I was using. I absolutely fell in love with this before I discovered the Kevyn sculpting powder. I never used this to set, but I like to use it as like an eyeshadow. It's kind of like a peach smoothie. And then these two shades right here, I like to mix to set underneath my eyes when I'm more tan. When I'm traveling, this is one of the, this is an essential. I have to take this with me. Now the Shade and Light eye palette is another must-have. Obviously, all of these shades are absolutely stunning. They're the perfect matte shades. These are all the matte shades that you need for any look. So this is another travel essential for me. I also like to use this peach shade up here as a blush. It was really difficult to narrow down palettes because there were so many palettes that launched this year, and a lot of them had some beautiful red warm tones in them. Like the Anastasia, was it the Renaissance palette that launched this year? The Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy palette. They were absolutely stunning, but I have to say, if I had to pick one, oh, the Huda Beauty palette, like so many beautiful warm tones. But if I had to pick one, it would be the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. This is amazing. This burgundy shade, Wine and Dine, absolutely stunning. This hashtag, amazing, like two perfect mattes. Like the shades that they chose to be matte and the shades they chose to be foil or shimmer, they nailed it. Like they absolutely nailed it. Like this is all you need. And the formulas are absolutely beautiful. It's really good. All right, I want to talk about single shadows like pigments, but before I do that, I would just want to bring this up really quickly. This is the Kiss Top Brow Cream. This has replaced the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow as my favorite brow pomade. The reason that I love this so much is because the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow tends to dry out very quickly, in my opinion, and this is very creamy. It's not too soft or too oily or too creamy, and it's affordable. It's very affordable. It's Kiss, so it's like drugstore prices, which is amazing. And then of course I had to mention the McGrath Metalmorphosis kit. This is these are incredible. Like these finishes, these are the products that just like blew my mind in 2016. Absolutely blew my mind. So my two favorite, I mean, I've been using the silver one a lot, but my two absolute favorites are the gold one, and then I think this is copper. Yeah, these two, because they're warm, obviously. They're so lightweight, they're not heavy, they don't feel like they have a lot of oil in them. Okay, obviously I have to talk about highlighters. So the first one I want to talk about is the Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion highlighter. This is the gold one. It looks dirty as hell because I use it every single day. I love mixing this with Becca Moonstone as I become a little bit more fair. When I'm tan, I use it by itself. Oh, as far as highlighters go for 2016, this is it. A highlighter that is beyond highlighters. Artist Couture Cocoa Bling. The only thing that I would say about this is the pearl in it is very heavy. So when you apply it to your face, like it gives you a bomb highlight, but it can look a little bit glittery. Like I get a lot of fallout and I have to dust it away. This is not your everyday highlighter. This is when you want to go hard on a highlight. If you're looking for a natural highlight, this isn't the one for you. All right, next I want to talk about the Makeup Forever High Precision Lip Pencils. These have become my absolute favorite pencils. It's not like a gel formula. I hate the gel. I'm not a fan of gel lip liners. I like the old school ones that are like a straight up pencil. I feel like they line the best and they stay the most matte. My favorite shades are numbers 42, 40, and 10. 10 is my like go-to nude lip liner. I've been really into just wearing lip liner and that's it. And it makes it so much easier to eat. Like if you're going out and you're having lunch, I have absolutely fallen in love with the KatVonD brushes. They're so soft and beautiful and I love the shapes of them. So I use these brushes every single day. I use number 20, the big fluffy one. I use this to set my face. And then I use number, what did I say this was, 40? 40. I like to use this to set underneath my eyes. What I love about these brushes so much is that they're pointed at the ends. So when you have like a bunch of brushes and you put them in a cup, it just takes up too much room and you can't fit that many brushes in it. So these are pointed at the ends, so you can literally fit so many brushes in one cup, which I love. I think that was such a good idea. Next are the Dose of Colors brushes. I love the setting powder brush. I use this to highlight. I like to pack on the highlight, so I use it for that. And then this is the pencil brush, which I love to use to highlight my inner corner, to highlight my nose, my Cupid's bow, along the bridge of my nose. These are amazing. Similar to the KatVonD brushes, they're very, very soft. Obviously, I have to talk about the Morphe Elite collection, the E18 and the E17. These are the perfect blending brushes, tiny blending brushes. You have to have these. I don't know what I would do without these blending brushes. They've absolutely changed my eyeshadow game. All right, next up are the City Color brushes. These are a fairly recent launch, I believe. This is the CCB 202 brush. This brush has replaced any other brush in terms of contouring. It is so soft. This gives me the perfect contour. This is my all-time favorite contour brush now. Everything else gone, sorry, done. How could I not talk about Smith brushes? This is the 202 brush. It's a very, very short angled brush. This is kind of like a tight lining brush. I think I use this every single day. I've never been able to get so close to my lash line before. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the 203 brush, not 202. 17% is my battery, we're almost done. All right, so lashes. These are the Kiss lashes in the style Ritzy. They are tapered at the end, so they look very, very natural. If you compare them to, like if you pick up a pair of these and you compare them to the Ardell Demi Wispies, you'll see the Demi Wispies look very thick. These are the perfect everyday lash. I think they're around $6, I believe. I don't know, I usually buy them on Amazon. My all-time favorite everyday lash. Hands down. All right, next up I want to talk about these lashes by Tokyo Lashes. These are in the style Cleopatra. I need to get a new pair so badly. I've been meaning to do this because they're like my favorite lashes. The shape of them complements any eye look. Whether you're wearing a wing, no eyeliner, anything, if you're doing like a halo eye, they're so perfect. These are my all-time favorite. Oh, I lost it. Similar to that shape are the Socialized Minx 2.0s. These are very similar to the House of Lashes Iconics. These lashes are very affordable, which is great. These are definitely dramatic and they're synthetic, so no mink. Okay, so this isn't a makeup product, or, I mean, I guess you could say it's a beauty product, but I just wanted to talk about these because they shook 2016, like hard. And these are the High Keys by Desi Perkins and Key Australia. These are the most perfect sunglasses in the entire world ever. Actually, the second launch bought a second pair of the black ones just because I want to have them for the rest of my life. Like, these are so perfect. I wear them all the time. These are like my go-to. I don't wear like any other sunglasses now because of these. They're just so perfect. They've replaced everything. Was there anything bigger this year, honestly? In terms of accessories, like, all right, and last, my battery is literally on 14%. I want to talk about the MAC Shade Sense perfume. They launched how many? 6, I think? This is Candy Yum Yum. It is so good. This is amazing. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's not like, what's that one called? What's that one what's that one that I'm thinking, oh, what the fuck is it called? It's very sweet, but it's not like that one that I can't think of right now. What the fuck is it called? Who is that by? You know what I'm talking about. It's that very sweet one. People wear it a lot. It's like super sweet. It's like intense. It's a candy. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's not too much. It's not too sweet. It has kind of like a combination of sweet and light florally scent. It's like what I imagined I wanted my new perfume to be. And it's one of those perfumes that has staying power. You spritz it on like your wrists and you smell amazing all day long. You don't have to like douse yourself in this. Yeah, new favorite perfume right here, done. Like I said, it was so hard to narrow all these products down because there were so many incredible products that launched in 2016. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, in the comments below, please let me know what your favorite products were for 2016. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you soon.